Okay, this is going to be the Algebra 1 SOL review. I'm going to try to do this in one video. It might have to be in two depending on how fast I get through the first 25 questions. Okay, here's question one. Based on the zeros, which of the following is the graph? A couple things you can look on that is if you look where the vertex is, it's 2, -2. It also crosses at 3. It also crosses at 1. So what you should do is you can use your calculator to figure out which one matches up with that. So what I would do is I would go into menu and I would go into graph. Delete these, delete these. I want the type being y equals. Okay, so what I want to do, all right, is I can just type these in just like I see them. X minus 3, 2x plus 2, okay. All right, I can draw it, okay. I'm going to fix my graph. You want to do that, F3, F3, exit, draw, okay. All right, so if I do G-solve, that's going to be a minimum. That obviously isn't it, 1, -8. That does not match up there. Okay, so I'm going to do this next one. 2x plus 6. Whoops. 2x plus 6. X button won't work. And then x plus 1. All right. Plus 1. All right, if I draw that, that obviously isn't it. So let me go back. So now on letter C. So I got 2x plus 3, all right, x minus 1, all right, I draw, okay, still not the answer. This one, that's why that answer has to be D. Okay, let me show you why. All right, so I got 2x minus 3, come on, x minus 3, x minus 1. If you see, I get that, which matches. G-solve minimum, 2, -2. G-solve, these are called roots. That's F1. As you can see, that's 1. If I go over, it's 3. That's why that answer is D. Okay? Moving on to the next question. Travis would like to buy some toys he donated to charity. He plans to buy 9 dolls at D dollars. Okay, so that's what you have to look at. This, and this. Okay? So 9D, that's going to be 2C, then 3T, okay? And if you find that, that's going to be that one, okay? Pretty simple, all right? Moving on to this one, all right? What you do here is you divide those, okay? All right? So what I would do, go to menu, all right? 18 divided by 9, okay, is 2. So if I can eliminate some answers here. I can eliminate this one, I can eliminate this one. Now, what you have to do with the exponents, okay, is subtract the exponents. Okay, 8 minus 3, 9 minus 6, 5, 3. So I got 2, C, 5, D, 3. That's going to be letter A. Okay, so you divide 18 divided by 9. Okay, and that's how you get all those answers. All right, moving on to the next page. All right, which expression is a factor? Okay, now what you have to do is all of those have a 2 in common. Okay, so that's going to be part of your answer is going to be a 2. All right, so now what you should do, all right, remember to go from factors. If we've got solutions, zeros, roots, those can convert into factors by changing sign. Okay, so what I do to do that is I go into menu, okay, menu equal, polynomial, 2 degrees. I type in 4, -2, and actually that's going to be -2 as well. And I hit solve. Now, so I get solution of x equals 1. I want to see what that's like. That's x equals -1/2. Okay, so to move to a factor, that's going to be x minus 1. So I change. That's going to be x plus 1/2 because I changed. Okay. All right, now I want to move that up. So I got x minus 1, 2x plus 1. Okay, so the other things that should have been circled were this and this. So all 3 should be circled. Okay. Look at the key. Okay. All right, which represents that? Okay. All right. Now, the idea here is that when you do the x plus 3, x plus 4, x times x is x squared, 3x, 4x, and that's going to be 12, so that's going to be x squared plus 7x plus 12. Okay, so one dead giveaway is these need to be 12 little squares, or 12 little squares. Well, that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Okay, that's a possibility. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. So both of those have 12. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Nope. And that one doesn't have it at all. All right, now, the rectangles represent x, so I need 7 of those. Okay, that's obviously too many. That's why that one has to be your answer. Okay, moving on to number 6, square root of 18. That's 2 and 9, 3 and 3. Okay, so that means there's a 3 on the outside. Okay, and the 2 on the inside. That's the answer. Another way you can do that, okay, is go to menu and run. All right, if you type in the square root of 18, okay, the only one that matches up to that is 3 square root of 2. So if you got confused here whether this was this, you could try them both, and you can see that that one had to be your answer. Okay, moving on to number 7, which one is a factor? Okay, so once again, if I've got the solutions, I can convert to factors. Okay, big concept for us. All right, so what I should do here is go into menu, go to equal, polynomial, degree 2, 1, negative 12, 32. If I solve that, I get x equals 8 and x equals 4. But as factors, those would be x minus 8, x minus 4. Okay, so the closest selection to that is that. Okay, all right, number 8. What is the value when that is 2/3? Okay, so what you're going to do, basically, is you're going to put 2 divided by 3 in for x. Okay, so that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to go to menu, run. I'm going to do 2 divided by 3 because it's a fraction, arrow for x, and then I just type this in like I see it, x squared plus 3x minus 2. All right, and as a fraction, that would be 4/9. So that's why that one's your answer. Okay, moving on to the next one, which you're doing a division problem. So what we have here is this is going to be 3n minus 1. What I got to do with this is I got to factor it. Okay, once again, if I want to factor, I'm going to go to menu, I'm going to go to equal, polynomial, degree 2, 18, negative 9, and 1. All right, if I solve that, I get x equals 1/3. What's the other one here? X equals 1/6. All right, so to convert that to factor, that would be x minus 1/3, x minus 1/6, then move those up. 3x minus 1, 6x minus 1. Okay, so we're using n's, so we can use n instead. Okay, so those are the same, those go away. That's the only thing that's going to be my answer, that's why that's A. Okay, moving on, number 11. All right, once again, this is going to be an A for 64, I'm sorry, other way around. 64 for A, negative 5 for B. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to go to the menu, I'm going to go to run. All right, so what you're going to do is do 64, arrow. Now the A is located right here, so alpha, and then A. Enter. Then negative 5 for alpha B. Once again, I'm going to type this in. Negative 2. The cube root is right there, so shift that, alpha A plus alpha B squared. And it tells me that's 17, and that's my answer. Okay? Which of the following is equivalent to that form? So what I'm going to do is break down that. That's 2 and 21. 21 can't be divided by 2. Okay, so I got to divide it by 3. Yep, so 3 and 7. Okay? Now, are there any pairs there? No. So if all of that stuff is going to be on the inside, which would still be 42. So I can cross off all of those, okay? To get the n, 9 divided by 2 is 4.5. So that tells me n to the 4 on the outside, n to the first on the inside, which would be letter B, okay? Because I got that decimal. Going on to 13, here's a system. What we have to do is we go to menu and equal, okay? That's going to be an F1. That's going to be 2. Now, if you see, it's x, y, then the number, okay? That one, this x needs to come over, so it needs to change, okay? So I got x plus y equals 2, 4x plus 4y equals negative 1. That's what I'm going to end up typing in, all right? So I got 1, 2, and 4. I'm sorry, that's not 4. It should be a 7. Wait, hold on. That should be a 7. Okay. 7, 4, negative 1, and hit solve. Now, what is it asking for? The x value, which would be negative 3. Okay? All right. This is a property. It says what justifies 3 to 4. Okay, that's going to be the substitution property. Anytime they do the, well actually I'm sorry, that's going to be the addition property. No, wait, what do we got here? Identity property of addition. All right, 0 is identity. Okay, that's just something you have to memorize. Okay, which property justifies the work shown? Okay, the order switches, so that's the commutative property. Okay, those are just some property questions. All right, what is the slope represented by this? Okay, so what I need to do is I get y by itself. So that's got to move over there. So I got 3y equals negative 1/8 x plus 3. So I change the sign. Now I'm going to divide by 3. Okay, so what I got here is when I go to menu, okay, in graph I got negative 1/8, okay, divided by 3. So as a fraction, that's negative 1/24. So that's going to be negative 1/24 x. 3 divided by 3 is going to be 1. Slope is always the number that's in front of x. So that's why that's going to be my answer. Okay. Number 17. Okay. This is an inequality question. Okay. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go to menu. I'm going to go to graph. All right. I'm going to delete these. Now, what I should do is I should replace that with y. So as you can see, the inequality is eating the y. All right. So what I got is I go type. I'm going to choose F1 and type negative 2x plus 6. Okay. Now, if it's going that way, the second line it's going to go the other direction. Okay. So I'm going to choose that one. All right. That's going the other direction. All right. And I'm typing in x minus 6. All right, so as you can see, whatever one you figure out first, just turn that around. So I draw, I get that, okay? So G solve intersection, all right, that's going to be 4. X is greater than 4 because it's shaded to the right. All right? All right? Which one best identifies this graph? Okay, I'm going to graph this one again. Exit, I'm going to delete, type, okay, that's less than, so I'm going to choose this one, okay, and I'm doing 2 divided by 7, x minus 2, and if I draw that, I get that, so you got to pick which one is that, okay, that's going to be this one, okay, because it goes down. All right, we're just going to do 2 more, all right, on this video, all right. Number 19, which one's represented by this? Same concept. Change this one into a y. So it's eating that y, okay? So what I'm going to do is I go back here. Let me delete this, okay? It's eating that y, so I'm going to choose that one. 9, 4x minus 8. Okay, I'm going to flip it around the other way. Okay, so I'm going to choose this one. And then that's going to be 4 times 6x. All right, what's it? Plus 9. And I'm going to draw. Okay, I'm going to zoom auto. Okay, so I can see it. G solve intersection. That's going to be less. Okay, since it's going that way. And 9, so that's going to be this one. And number 20, okay, a total of 243 children are in a movie theater. There are 100 more adults than there are children. If A represents the adults, okay, so if A is the adults, there's 100 more adults than there are children, okay? So, if you take that, children, there's 100 or more. So if there's like five children, there would be 114. So if you find that one that matches up, all right, this is the only one that makes sense, okay? And the total number would be there, all right? So that's 1 through 20. The next video will have 21 through 30.